Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and jungle survival. Today we're going to have a look at the Husqvarna 13-inch hatchet as a light bushcraft tool. I was looking for a replacement for my Schrade Skax 10, which was kind of my first learning camp axe, but it was time to upgrade to another hatchet. My first options were the Swedish axes Granfusbruck and Hochtbruck, but honestly, I was not prepared to drop the equivalent of over $200 to $250 on an axe, as it is a secondary tool for me. I consider my parang or machete and silky saw as my primary tools. So with the same amount of money, I got a number of different budget axes. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so by hitting the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. It will really help the channel out. Thanks. The first of several axes that I got is this Husqvarna 13-inch. It costs just under $50. It is a budget Swedish axe, but the head is actually made by Hochtbruck. So Husqvarna buys the heads from Hochtbruck in bulk and hangs them onto American Hickory handles and sells them under the Husqvarna brand. That's right over here, stamped on the handle as well as on the head as well. While not a Granfusbruck or Hochtbruck, it's still an authentic Swedish axe, which are widely considered the best axes in the world. These hatchets are hand forged, but they are drop forged, meaning there's a machine that forges the axe head shape, but there is a person operating the machine. It is not a Swedish dude banging on a piece of steel on an anvil with a hammer. I should mention, I bought this hatchet knowing that it would be a project. Many people have bought this and have highlighted that it's a bit unfinished, such as the handle can be a bit rough, even the grind on the axe head itself is not as sharp as they'd like it to be. But I'm fully prepared for this, and personally, I like to take this as a project. It means I save $150 and also it becomes a labor of love. So if you're looking for a polished hatchet that you can use right out of the box, this product may not be for you. Before we talk about customization, let's talk about the specs of the hatchet. The length of the head from cutting edge to pole is 5 3/4 inches. The cutting edge length, that's from here to here, that's just over 3 inches, under 3.5 inches. The pole width from side to side is 1 inch and from top to bottom is 2 inches. Now, the exact steel is unknown. It's simply known as Swedish steel. So take that for what it's worth. However, of course, these Swedish steel brands have got great reputations of having fantastic steel. Now, if you read reviews, there are the odd ones which tend to have problems. Heads have broken. But again, I think a margin of error is to be expected, especially with these sort of hand-forged items. Now, it's also worthy to note that the Husqvarna axe, or hatchet as this is called, changed the blade head shape over the years. So the design and the shape has changed. If you watch YouTube video reviews from several years ago, you'll notice that the axe head has sort of the traditional Swedish axe heads. It's only in more recent years the head style is in this sort of American style head. Now, this is also heavier than the previous versions. So just take note, if you're ordering the Husqvarna 13-inch hatchet in 2023, unless you're getting very old stock, you will be getting an axe that looks like this. Now, the head weight is 1.32 pounds or just under 600 grams. The total weight is 2.2 pounds or just under 1 kg. Now, some might find this heavy. Some people have actually mentioned that the axe head is too heavy for the handle. It is definitely heavy, but it feels hefty. And really, these are just my initial impressions. I expected the heft. In fact, I am looking for a hatchet that will complement my existing tool set, not something that can replicate what I already have. But of course, I'll actually have to field test this, and then I'll come back with my thoughts. The handle length is actually a total of 15 inches. Now, depending on how you want to measure the axe and what sort of metric you use. Now, they call this a 13-inch hatchet because they consider the handle from underneath the head all the way to the end is 13 inches. But if you take the total length, is 15 inches. So you can consider this a 15-inch hatchet or 13-inch if you just consider the handle. It's nice and curved. As mentioned, it's made of American hickory. Now, this has pretty decent grain orientation. I think now a lot of people, especially YouTubers, have put a lot of emphasis on grain orientation on axes recently. I'm not sure if it was such a big thing before, but definitely it is now. Now they want grains that run, which are parallel to the axe head. So you do not want something that's horizontal. And the idea is that if you actually strike the axe as you're using it hard, if you get the right grain orientation, which is this way, it means that the axe is going to be stronger, the handle's going to be stronger, and it's not going to break so easily. This grain orientation is just slightly, it looks about 30 degrees. I think it's not too bad. Again, when I field test it, I would know. And it's also, I guess, dependent on your philosophy on handles. Really, when I look at what professional axemen or foresters say about the axe handle, it's a consumable. They expect it to break over time, and they will have to rehang the head onto a new handle. So this particular axe, as you can see, the eye is right here, and there is a metal pin or collar inside, and that's really to hold the wood in place. Although Grenfus Brooks has actually removed this metal ring, they don't use this anymore simply because they said it doesn't make much of a difference, but you still see a lot of hatchets and axes using this metal collar inside. Some people I've noticed have said that the eye wasn't centered, there was gaps between the handle on both sides. They weren't too happy. I think maybe I lucked out. Overall, at least on this initial impression, it is very sturdy, and it's put on very well. The handle itself is curved. It's pretty ergonomic. Now, the general complaint about this axe is that the neck over here is thicker than people would like, and it is indeed thicker. And I'll show you, I've got a Collins Camp axe over here, and if I put it side by side, you can see the difference. The Collins axe is much thinner. And now, why is this important? Especially with bushcraft work, if you want to choke up for finer carving work, feather sticking, having such a thick handle just below the neck makes it difficult to choke up. You can't really get a full grip depending on your hand size, and then it gets tiring, you get fatigued. So definitely I can see that as being a point. So what I'm going to do is, anyway, I am going to slim this down. I'm going to make this narrower over here, less thick. I might not do too much over here, but I will remove this initial layer of wood so that I can then soak it in linseed oil. So that's definitely one of the things that I will be doing. So besides the handle, I'm also going to reprofile the axe head. Now, as you can see, the axe head tapers down to that single bevel on each side. Now, the axe is sharp out of the box, but it's not super sharp. But I'm sure it will chop and split wood just fine. However, for light bushcraft work, I would prefer a convex grind on the axe head. This allows it to be more slicey, but still be strong enough to chop. Now, originally, I was going to do this myself with a file, so I was going to sharpen it down and just make that convex grind, and then I'll use a sharpening puck and a leather strop to finish it up. Then I decided that it was a good excuse to seek out the Polish Edge, a professional knife sharpener and fellow YouTuber. He's based out of KL, Malaysia, and shares awesome videos on sharpening. Do check out his channel in the link in the card above or the description below. He has lots of experience in jungle knives, machetes, and axes, so I reached out to him and will drop off this hatchet to him to reprofile the axe head into a convex grind. I'm excited. I've got my axe back from the Polish Edge. He's actually done a video on it, so do check out the link in the card above or the description below, where he shows how he transforms and reprofiles this axe head or the bit. Alright, let's have a look. Now, he did mention he placed the paper guard over it because it has a very keen edge now, and he didn't want these brass rivets chipping the blade. So let's have a look. Let's take that out and have a look. Look at that mirror finish, and let's see if we can see the profile there. You can see now it's a convex grind, no longer that single bevel. Let's see if we can get it here. Very nicely done, very sharp, paper sharp, as he has demonstrated in his video. So now it's back to me, and the next thing I'm going to do is to kind of sand this down. I'm going to use different grades of sandpaper, and what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to thin down this part of the top part or the neck of the handle. I don't think I'm going to thin this down. I think this actually works pretty well for me. But I'm going to rough it up a bit, because after I sand it down, what I'm going to do is to soak it in linseed oil. And basically I'm going to use this, soak that up, and give it a good rub. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a rub every day for a week, sand it in between, and see how it goes. What I'm doing here is to take a coarser grit sandpaper and really get the initial surface sanded down. So I'm going to concentrate on all sides, including the bottom. And then I'm spending a lot of time on the mouth of the handle, which is quite thick. So I'm thinning it down so that there's a slimmer profile for the handle, and I'm doing it on both sides and making sure they're balanced up. After that, I'll finish this off with a finer grit sandpaper. Now comes the boiled linseed oil, where I'm going to take some, put it on a piece of microfiber cloth, and really rub it into the handle, and I'm going to repeat this daily for a week. This is the result of sanding and oiling the Husqvarna 13-inch hatchet for a week. I'm not sure how well it shows on camera, but definitely this is a much more well-oiled handle. I've also made the handle thinner over here, and overall it just has a very good grip. This was also put in the sun for the oil to absorb, and then with the multiple layers, I think this is going to be pretty good. And all I think I need to do is to really oil this maybe once every 6 months, and then maybe once a year. I also soaked the head over here, or the top of the handle. So I poured oil down, and I really got this tip from Wrangler Star. So do check out his video on how to soak the head of the handle over here. So really the idea is to get the wood soaked here to expand and really have a good fit on the head. So that was done as well. Now, this is not all the changes I'm going to do. This is just the initial phase. In the next video, I'm going to show you the ideas I have for more customization, the customized sheath, and we'll do some field testing as well. So do check out that video when it comes out. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.